It's time to begin Part 2.
Now we are ready to enter some data into a Minitab worksheet. Let's create a new worksheet besides the one that we currently have. So we can say File, New, Worksheet, and say OK. And here we have a new worksheet. Let's give it a name. So we can go up to the big blue eye, go over to our worksheet folder, and let's give it a name. Right click, and we're going to call this Temp Yield Data. We didn't spell yield properly, so we'll fix that real quick. Temp Yield Data. All right, so the first column we have is going to be a date field. Then we're going to have a temperature field, and we're going to have a yield. Still can't spell yield. Yield field. So the date, we're going to use months. So we have January, then February. Notice that Minitab has already added a -D to designate this as a date field. I'm now going to highlight this and copy it down until I have, January all through December. Alrighty, now let's add some temperatures. We have 10, 15, 20, 30, 52, 67, 75, 78, 55, 45, 38, and 20. And now let's enter our yield numbers. We have a 90% yield, 85, 95, 98, 99, 97, 88, 85, 98, 92, 97, and 89. We can click on the big blue eye, and we can see that we have 12 data points, none missing, 2 numeric values, and 1 date field. Let's plot this on a graph. So we're going to go to the graph pull down, and let's plot a time series plot. We have 2 sets of data, so let's use a multiple time series plot. And click OK. And we have temperature, which we're going to select, yield, which we're going to select. So we have temperature and yield. We are now going to timestamp this with our date field. Now to get these to come up over here, you'd have to click your cursor into this box, in the dialog box, to allow you to select from this list. And we're going to say OK. Multiple graphs. And we aren't going to be splitting anything, so let's just leave that alone. Data options, we are going to leave this at the defaults. Labels. Temp versus yield time series plot. Say OK. And now let's generate our graph. Press OK. And there is our time series plot. The months listed on the bottom. Here's our data, our numeric data. And we have our temperature in black. And we have our yield in red. So that would be a time series plot. And if you want to see that, we can go up to the big blue eye, and next to the big blue eye we have the graph folder. And here we have our graph. If we want to see our worksheets, big blue eye, next, worksheet folder. We can go back to our graph by the graph folder, and there it is. And that is all that we have as far as the time series plot for temperature and yield.